Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first activity for D2L for beginners. What we're going to learn today is how to get information out to your students, and that's going to be primarily done through the announcement section. So, when you take a look at the home screen here, if you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see the section here called the announcements. Now, the announcements used to be called news. So if you're talking to longtime D2L users, they might be talking about news, but it's now called announcements. So this section right here is a really great area for communicating with your students. And I'm just going to take you through some examples of how I've used announcements over the years. And then I'm going to show you how to find the details on how to make an announcement for your own website. So I've been using D2L for years now, and when I first started using D2L, I had a split class of grade 11s and grade 12s. There was nothing in common between the two classes, so I would teach one class and have the other class work online, and so the first time I started using announcements, it was pretty basic stuff. All I did was I created a little table in the announcements, and I colored the one side green and the other side orange, and that would split my two classes so that under the green banner, the grade 11s would always see their information, and under the orange banner, the grade 12s would see what they were supposed to be working on. And since the classes would flip, I'd start off with CGF in the morning, the one day, and CGR in the second half of the class, second day, and then it would flip. That's why the colors are flipping here. So color is a great thing to use in your announcements to highlight important things, whether it's the differences between two courses that you're teaching in the same class, or whether it's something really critical that students need to know. Anything that's highlighted in blue, you should make sure is a clickable link. Don't use blue for just highlighting things. Otherwise, you'll confuse your students. Then I tried throwing a little bit of humor into my announcements, spruce things up. So it's very easy to bring in images to make your announcements a little bit more interesting. You'll also see how to personalize your announcements so that the student's name will come up. So just a nice little added touch. Eventually, I learned how to put video into my announcements. So in this case, I wanted the students to review this video on YouTube first, and it's more likely that they're going to click on it and view it if the visual of the YouTube video is right there. If it's just a big long link that's posted, I find that students are less likely to click on it. Let's see here. Then I eventually started making my own little videos explaining what it was that we were going to be covering that day. It wouldn't be in detail. I would never make a video more than 10 minutes long for students, and embed it right in here. Woohoo! Um, I like throwing the little video of myself in there simply because it was a great way to connect with students. This was for one of my online courses, so I'd never actually been in the same classroom with them. So it was nice that they could see me in the little videos that I made. You can also embed your actual slideshows. So in this case, I've got a slideshow presentation here, and you can just simply click through it, which is another nice little feature that you can do in announcements. And oh, I'm missing one here. Oh, shoot. Oh, here it is. So you may remember when we all went online during the COVID situation, uh, we wanted to find out from our students whether they had access to technology or not. And so instead of calling everybody, I just simply put in a Google form. embedded it into my announcements, and I had about 95% of my students answer the survey. So it meant that I didn't have to call very many people to find out um, if they had access to technology or not. So there's lots and lots of things that you can do in the announcement area, and it is a great communication piece to connect with your students. So here you are. You're in D2L for beginners, and in order to find the instructions on how to make announcements, what you want to do is click on this little button up here, and you'll see the D2L tutorial. So what you want to do is become very familiar with how to use D2L tutorials. You're going to constantly forget how to do particular activities. I do it myself because you only do it once in a while. So what you want to do is you want to click on D2L tutorials and go under the teacher section, and you'll see these broad categories here, and each one is going to take you through and explain how to do all the steps for instance, announcements. So today we're going to click on announcements, and it explains through here how to embed those YouTube videos, linking it to content. Well, you don't have any content at the moment. Just the general how to create an announcement and so on. There's lots and lots of interesting things that you can do in here. My video would be extremely long if I went through all of these things. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back, and here's my last course. To get started, to create a new announcement, you're going to open up one of your courses that you are going to be teaching in the fall, and just simply go click on the little drop-down menu here and go New Announcement. And you'll see here a great toolbar, but you can use your color there to highlight different things. To get that, where are we now? Oh, for most of the things that you're going to be doing, you're going to be using either this button or this button here. So the quick link allows you to link it to, quite often you're just going to put a URL in there to get stuff out of your Google Drive. If you put something into your content, that's the insert quick link button, and this is the insert stuff button when it comes to, for instance, getting YouTube videos and embedding it. But I don't want to go too much into depth. I would prefer that you go in to the D2L tutorials, look through the sections on announcements, all right? And then you're going to create your own announcement for your classroom. And just let me go back here. So you'll see here that the challenge for you is your first challenge focuses on creating announcements. You're going to go through the tutorials, and at the very end, after you have posted your announcement, share your learning in our first discussion. How did you use announcements? You can take a screenshot of what you created and put it into there. If you have any questions, feel free to connect with me with my online help. Check the times that are posted on the website.